Coach Deborah has a passion and purpose to assist young men, ages 15 to 24, to overcome obstacles and build their best lives. She wants to see every young man live out their potential. She has a master's degree in human services counseling, with a major in life coaching. More importantly, she is the mother of 3 boys, who are exceptional, educated, professional men. Coach Deborah believes it is better to train early, rather than need to fix later. She utilizes basic principles and God-led concepts. Sometimes the only thing a young man has is their credibility or their name. The actions they take are based on the decisions they make. Those decisions align with their choices and result in consequences. Coach Deborah can assist you if you are lost, floundering, or confused. Embrace the help and start building your best life today.
Great morning, great morning. It's the 1st of July. How about that? Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. I am excited to launch our theme for July, which is Reach Out for a Positive Attitude. And how many know that you can get more accomplished, have more success, and feel better about yourself when you are positive? So that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. So please make sure that you like, share, and comment as we go along. Please comment and share. Share. You can never share too much. So make sure that you share. I appreciate it. Now, my topic for this morning is simply optimistic attitude. Optimistic attitude. I think that is certainly key and important. You know, a lot of times we do things and we don't think, so maybe we need to slow down more and think about our actions and what we do before we do them. I have a quote I want to start out with. Only settle for what will help you succeed. Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. And that was by Roy T. Bennett. Well, I'm not going to keep you long, but I'm going to focus on some things that I think that are beneficial and very essential in being more positive and bringing more positive aspects to your life. Because if you're negative, you draw negativity. If you're positive, pull in positive vibes. So the first thing I want to talk about is focus on the good. A lot of times you may say you encounter a rude customer service rep and you want to give them back what they're giving you, but you keep on and you keep on, this is where I'm trying to get, this is what I'm trying to resolve, and you work on that. So at the end of the conversation, did you get what you need? That's what's important. That's what you need to focus on. So you can let it go. And hopefully your next encounter will be better. And hopefully they will treat the next customer better. I'll give you an example. Today I was trying to get something done for work, and each call I had to call twice because my work is basically on behalf of clients. Sometimes I can get things done without getting the client involved, and sometimes I can't. So this time I'm ready. I'm going to be able to involve the client if I need to. So I get this young lady on the line. She tells me her name, Hi, how are you? I think I was very polite, told exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to add a new service. The individual already has a current residence. They want to keep that service. They only want this additional service on a temporary basis for 12 months. I said that a couple times. As he went through the conversation, I kept getting, do you have the address? And I began to give it to her. And then she says, hold on, let me see if we have that service address available. So I wait. And she comes back to the phone. She said, okay, I got it. And then she doesn't say anything. So I don't say anything because I'm waiting. I don't know the next process and, step in her process. And then she comes on, but everything was, she wanted to know, was the client available? Said, no, they do thus and thus, and they're normally busy, but I will see if I can get in contact them. I said, okay, yes, go ahead. Well, I've already talked to 3 other people. No, same scenario. Nobody has a problem with it. She gets on the line. And I know she here, because I put her on hold to get her back on. And I say, yes, Mr. Johnson, Mr. whatever, I have Terry Ann on the phone. And she didn't say anything. I said, Terry Ann, are you still there? Yes, I'm here. But it was just rude. And so I'm thinking, they say at the beginning of the call that they want you to stay on because they want you to give a survey. And I got a survey for this one. I had just given the lady at the last company very high marks. She was excellent. So I said, I got something for this one. And I wasn't going to stay on and do a survey because I was really busy. I said, but I'm going to stay on for her. And she didn't get better. She got ruder, and I was going to be nice as I can. And my story is going because a couple times I said, current service to remain on in their primary residence. This is going to be temporary. So then when she begins to give me my information back, the first thing she says is, transferring service to blah, blah, blah. And she gives me a new address. And then she goes on to the next, and she's just rambling. And I said, excuse me. Yes. I said, you scaring me. I said, no, I don't need the service cut off at the primary residence. That is to remain on. I just need additional service. I know. But the service was on in someone else's name, so I'm going to transfer it out of their name. I'm like, okay, this is going to be okay. Wait till I get that survey. So just make sure, got the account number, gave her my email address, so she makes sure she sends me the bill. She doesn't send it anywhere else. And so, is there anything else you need? Because I had to ask for the account number. And I said, no, that would be all. And she said, have a blessed day. That got me. I said, you do the same. So needless to say, I didn't give, do the survey and give her a bad survey. I could not, and feel good about myself, give her a good one. So I just didn't do one. Because at the end of the day, I got what I needed for my client. It's all good. Maybe she was just having a bad day. Maybe the customer before me had been rude or whatever. But I got what I needed. So I had to focus on that good. Another point in focusing on the good, say something, it could be just out of the blue, happens, and it's not a very pleasing event. Do you just lose it, lose your mind, say, Lord, why me? Just go into just, do you stop to say, okay, Lord, I don't know why this is happening, but I know you're in control. Does that ever happen to you? Because I know one time I did. I lost it. I cried so long and so hard. You'd have thought I lost somebody. But it was a blessing in disguise. It was a big blessing. So don't always go from 0 to 10. Stop and think, hey, maybe the Lord is trying to stop me. Maybe he has something better for me later on down the line. Let me just wait. Maybe this happened for a reason. Sometimes you just don't know. It was just like in 2015. And normally I have my all my exams dead on it. I'm not late for those. I always schedule them ahead because you have to schedule ahead. And for whatever reason, I kept forgetting to do my mammogram. Set up to have my mammogram done. And I was like, why do I keep forgetting? Why do I keep forgetting? So when I finally got it done, it came back abnormal. Well, I was frustrated because I didn't set those appointments like I normally do. Like, what's wrong with you, Deborah? You're supposed to have it better than that. But that was God's control, because if I had my exams when I was supposed to, those 4 months, that 4-month window that I was late, they may not have found my cancer when they did. And it was in the beginning stages, it was very small. And it was malignant. So, that was a blessing. I didn't understand at the time, but it was a blessing because, had I got it earlier and it not been of a size where they could have seen it, then it would have been another year and it could have been at a much worse stage. So sometimes we have to focus on the good. Another thing I think that is important that we do is to stand up for the weak. Stand up for the weak. I'm not saying that you need to be a bully or you Mr. or Miss Tough person, but sometimes people are just timid and they will let people run all over them. People, because they need their jobs and want their jobs, people just treat them like trash, publicly, and it's unnecessary. So sometimes you have to speak up, Somebody's just being really, really rude to a customer, someone in line, and you're behind them, and they just blah, 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 blah. They pick up an item that doesn't have a price on it. Usually it's something, I don't know. But anyway, sometimes they'll just begin to bash the person. And, you can say something, it was great being here early this week. You really provided some great service for me. Or ask the person, while they're ringing that up, you want me to go see what that costs, or bring another item up here right quick, or, is there any way I can help? But sometimes you can speak up to assist that person. You don't have to, allow people to just be mean to people for no reason at all. Another thing I can think of is sometimes, you have in a group have been discussing something, and then you're in a meeting, and it's kind of like the elephant in the room and nobody's saying anything. The person that really needs to get it out, they may be out on the little on the timid side, or they don't know how to, say anything. So you may interject or segue or something, or make a comment that will be easier for them to get in there and say what they have to say, so it doesn't look like it's just them or whatever. But that is helpful. And you're happy to stand up for someone else. So rather than, have nothing said, and the elephant just walks out of the room and continues to wreak havoc like it's already been doing, by saying a few words, you can release that elephant and get it addressed and move on in a more positive fashion. So that's a way to be, you know, optimistic and have a great attitude. Just try to change things. We all can do something to make situations better. And if we're not being positive, remember, we're being negative. Another one is to realize that we need to love everyone. Now, I know that there are people that we don't agree with, people that we run into that are arrogant, they're boastful. Some people are mean, some people are just downright rude. Like, the lady was on the phone today, but and then you have some people that are biased and they don't mind showing it. However, if you let that bother you, or if you get in a confrontation with them, or if you treat them in kind, you're letting that negativity seep into you, and you don't want to do that. So let that person be how they are, or if they're close enough, you may say something to them, this is how you make me feel, but they may not care. But you do your part and love them anyway. Love them through until they change, because it's only going to make you feel better, right? So don't let someone else's negative spirit make you not be optimistic, have an optimistic attitude. And one of the big things I have found is accept people where they are. You have heard people say, "Oh, I met this person, and I know she this girl for me, but she does this that I don't like. She does this that I don't like, but I think we can take it to the next level. She'll change it. Once we get in there, and she know I'm the man, she gonna change." You can't change but one person, and that's yourself. And think about the last thing about yourself that you tried to change. It wasn't easy, was it? So how do you think that you can change someone else? So, and this goes with people that are even close to you. If you see that they don't seem quite right, ask them, is something going on? You okay? Is it something you want to talk about? And you don't have to say it right that moment. You can ask them, is something going on? And if they say, "Oh, no, I'm good," but you can tell that there's something, and they may look like they're on the verge of tears, or they don't ask me anything else, maybe that might not be the time. But later on, give them a call, reach out to them. I know you said everything's okay, but I know you, and you're usually bubbly, and I would just want to make sure you don't have to say anything if you don't want to. But I just want to let you know that I did notice. I'm here for you. If you want to talk about it, fine. If you want me to pray for you, you don't have to tell me what area, anything. I can do that. But I just wanted to reach out. Accept people where they are, and pray for people, love people, and let them know that you are there. So, it could be somebody you love, somebody you know, somebody you work with, they offend you, they make you angry, whatever. You can still love them, you can still pray for them, you can still be there for them. Even if someone that did something wrong to you, you can still do all those things for them. And whatever you do, and I kind of started out with this, you cannot change anyone but yourself. So don't even try. Accept people for where they are. The lady I talked to today, like I said, she could be the nicest lady. Maybe she just had a bad customer before me. I don't know. But at the end of the day, she provided the service that I needed. She ended off with "Have a blessed day." So maybe, she will. And I always say, you do the same. So I hope she's good. Try to change people. Don't think you can change people. Accept people where they are. But if that place is where you think they are in a really bad place and they're plummeting downward, then you do need to say something, interject. And I'm not saying you can change them, but you can talk with them, possibly get them to see, those gray areas, what's going on. And if you can talk with them and pray with them and help them out of that, or suggest that they get help, then that's a good thing. That's a win-win for everybody. But again, you are having that optimistic attitude. And we're the ones that you're talking about. I'm trying to help everybody here to work on yourself, and our mothers with sons to work on your sons, your grandsons, your nephew, those men that are close to you, but reaching out and doing it that way. So I hope that this is helpful. I try to always look on the bright side of things. I think that is something else that is helpful when you're trying to have an optimistic attitude. When life gives you lemons, and everybody say, make lemonade. So when someone is rude and loud, use that opportunity to show them the right way to do it. So I know probably, about 35, 40 years ago now, that lady that was on the phone being rude to me, she would have gave me what I needed, because if she didn't, I would have went to her manager. I would have got it done, and I wouldn't have been nice either. But I know that's not the way to do. When people are rude and ugly, you don't do the same. People mess up your orders. I don't care what it is. If it's a sandwich, a cake, a meal, there's a way to address that. And it doesn't have to be in a rude, ugly way. Everybody make mistakes. I was talking with a lady on, what is it? Here in Jacksonville, we have Comcast. And a lot of their shows left the free networks and went to streaming networks. And ours is Peacock. And so a lot of the shows that my husband and I like are on Peacock. So now they're beginning to make you pay. But if you have a certain status, you get it free. So I have a status, but it's taking so long for them to get it changed. And I only found out it changed because I couldn't get in. And then I went online and found out that effective Monday the 26th, they had changed everything. Well, I've been on the phone probably 4 days now. I have it partially, but not all the way. But I think I talked to a couple people. I want to say it was the second or third lady I talked to. And it's cumbersome because they was having like a 4 to 6 hour wait. And so they were having to call you back. But when I got this lady, she did everything she could to help me. She wasn't successful at all, but she would put me on hold, and she would do something. She would talk with someone. She'd come back and blah, blah, blah. And I would say, okay. I was taking my notes down, and I would say yes. And I try everything she said. And, I never got loud. Same voice I had. And so, she apologized for not being there to assist. And, she said that they were going to look into it some more. And I said, okay, well, thank you so much. And she said, and I just want to let you know that you have been the nicest person that I have talked to today about the situation. So I appreciate it so much because you didn't have to be nice. And I said, oh, well, I did. But I said, well, is everybody treating you like it's your fault? She said, yes. She said, and I just had to say that I really appreciate the way that you handled the call. So, I know that made my mom feel good, but, it made me feel good as well because I know I'm treating others as I would want them to treat me. She was only doing a job. It's not, she didn't. And I think it's in the programming somewhere because the partial part I have is I can look at it on I guess you would call it the app, because I can look at it on my computer, but I still can't get it to the TV. So, but it's the right way to talk with people and to interact. And again, like I said, if someone well is acting differently, just ask them what's going on and, have that conversation with them. But at the end of the day, we in our lives should grow each day. Each day is a learning opportunity. It's a gift, it's a present that the Lord gives us that we can learn something. And if it's getting better at something that we already know, that's fine. But to find ways that we can be more positive and have a better attitude, hey, that's a win-win for everybody. And so, your mindset makes a difference in your actions, your life, and your success. And I think that more people that realize that, the better off the whole world will be, because we will be treating people in a better manner. We'll be happy. They'll be happy. All right. But I also found out that, and I've known this, that, when the reason why I thought in going into this month of having a positive mindset, I know that when you think positively, it impacts the entire you. So that's all much better for you. So I know that it has a lot of positive impact. So that's why I thought, yeah, this would be good starting out with this. So, it being positive, it impacts your overall physical health. It lowers your blood pressure. It helps you with your stress management, because how you meaning, when you're negative, like all those people I've interacted with this week, it says, because it's your fault, and if you didn't do this, how long you been working there? Do you understand what I'm saying? And that is stressful. You stressing them, they're stressing you, you stressing yourself. Stress is not good, because stress can lead to a lot of other things. They can lead to the high blood pressure and mental illness and stuff like that. Being negative gives you a lower lifespan. Did you know that? Well, probably because you can get all those other things I mentioned. But when you have a positive attitude or mindset, you have a better immune system, because you're doing those right things. And you don't have these things that lead to heart conditions or whatever. So those things are not pulling from your body. And again, you also have a lower risk of heart attack. And that's a biggie. So starting out this month, reaching out for a positive attitude, I hope this topic of optimistic attitude has helped. Because thinking optimistic is something that you're wanting to do, you're wanting to be better, you're wanting to be positive. That optimistic attitude, be positive. Sell positive, be positive. Receive positive. Repel negative. So what do you think? Is having an optimistic attitude better than the alternative of being negative and always looking at the worst side of things? You know the saying, is your glass half empty or is your glass half full? Which one are you? Negative or positive? Think seriously about having an optimistic attitude. And I think that's something that you will enjoy. Again, I hope you like this first broadcast of July. Turn up. Make sure that you visit my website. It's www.buildyourbestlife.org, where you can check out my blog that comes out each Monday. You can check out my calendar of events. You can look at the services that I offer, which is coaching, consultation, speaking, webinar speaking. And also, I wrote a book entitled Build Your Best Life. It's about your life, your actions, and your credibility, overcoming obstacles to build your best life. This book will assist you, regardless of your profession, your stature in life, your field, parent, non-parent, grandparent, neighbor, mentee, coach, mentor, whatever. If you want to overcome obstacles and build your best life, if you want to be successful, get a copy of this book, autograph copy from my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org, and you can get a Kindle version from Amazon.com. Again, thank you so much for tuning in today. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to join us, and we so appreciate it. Now, our Tuesday segment, I'm letting you off. You're probably going to be full, having those family reunions, those cookouts, deciding to take the day off while everybody else is busy to relax. So we will not have a broadcast on Tuesday, July 4th. But please, please, please join me on Thursday, July 6th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be looking forward to seeing you. As you go along your busy day, you may encounter a young man that has lost his way. Don't shake your head. Don't steady your pace. Reach out. Give that young man a helping hand. It can brighten his day, and it will brighten yours as well. Optimistic attitude. Remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. Please be safe on the 4th. Remember to watch out and do what the lifeguards ask you to do. Don't go swimming alone. Keep those foods at the right temperatures. Drive safely. Have a designated driver. Love you. Be blessed. Bye-bye.